Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Happy Hour with Back to Basics Dog Training. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Leon. I'm the head trainer here over at Back to Basics Dog Training, and each and every Tuesday evening, at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I bring to you this live free dog training Q&A session where no questions are off limits. It's absolutely a pleasure to be here with you guys each and every Tuesday evening. So those of you who are joining me for the first time live and in living color or later on in the replay, please put your comments in. Let me know that you're here. Give me a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from. The more comments I get, as most of my regular viewers know, the more jacked up and pumped up I get to help you guys. Real fast, I'm going to just switch camera views for a second because I want to tell you we have somebody live with us this week. She's here with us each and every week. Sometimes not here with us, but in a different room. But tonight she's decided to join us. So she's my special guest this week. Hello, CC. I know, CC, we talked Saturday about some of the issues your dogs were having. Let me know how it's going. Guys, I'm a little bit under the weather tonight. I'm not feeling great, so I'm going to try to keep the energy up for you. So again, the more comments I get, the more questions I get, the more my energy gets going. So hopefully whatever this is, allergies or whatever I got going on, will work its way out as we're talking here. So guys, put your comments in. Get me jacked up here so I can try to get my energy in line with what you guys need me to do. So as always, I talk about a topic of the week. This week, I'm going to talk about fostering and how we can move our dogs forward through the foster system. So anybody who's watching that's involved in a rescue or a not-for-profit or whatever that takes dogs into your homes, I'm here to help you guys try to bring these dogs through the next phase of their lives. I was having a conversation yesterday with somebody and how I really want to reach out to the foster program and try to help you guys. So what do I mean by that? When we bring a dog in that we're fostering, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. You're rescuing these dogs. You're helping these dogs get acclimated from the street life to our home lives or from the kennel lives to our home lives. But it's real important to get them successful in their next phase of life by setting clear rules, boundaries, and limitations. And what do I mean by that? When we rescue a dog, and the foster people do a great job, they rescue from the heart. They want to save all these dogs and they want to help them. And that's great. But that's one part of the dog, rescuing the body of the dog, I say. We have to remember we got to rescue not only the body, but the heart and the soul of the dog. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is to set clear rules, boundaries, and limitations, not for what they're doing at your house, to help them succeed in the next phase of their lives. And we got to guide them through that. So by setting in the foster environment clear rules, dog comes into our home day one, we get them in a cage, crate, and we crate them. Why? Not because we want to be mean to them. Why? We want to give them a safe, secure place to go. And by setting that clear place to go, we definitely help them. I'm trying to figure out how to mute my volume here because I'm hearing myself on feedback. So I'm just going to end up canceling what I had going here because I hear myself and I don't like the way I sound. If you guys, the fosters out there, create those boundaries, when the dog comes in, put them in a crate, let them settle down, let them understand, okay, this is my safe spot to go, and do everything based on rules, boundaries, and limitations. Calm confidence, these dogs will acclimate to their next lives quicker. Don't bring them into your home as fosters and let them jump all over your furniture or let them get overly excited in your home, because you're actually setting a precedent that a house, this big, beautiful palace that we're giving these dogs, represents excitement. And reality is the number one reason dogs get turned back into shelters is because they're overexcited. And their overexcitement turns to aggression or unwanted behaviors. So, as fosters, if we set the boundaries, we go from a crate, we come out of the crate on a leash when they're calm, and they go to the bathroom, they do whatever they need to do outside, and we bring them back. We can let them be part of our pack, our family, in a controlled environment, not up on the furniture, not running all over the house saying, oh, look at this, look at this. I rescued you. You were off the street and you had a horrible life, and I'm not going to give you that horrible life anymore. If we worry about their past, we're never going to be able to move them forward. If we live in their past, we're not going to be able to move them forward. So when I deal with these rescue dogs, and I've never been in a position to foster, I did do a board and train with a rescue dog, a few rescue dogs. I never look at their past. I don't worry about their past. I don't make that the past be their prison. I look at what I'm giving them today. I'm giving you this big, beautiful home. I'm going to give you love and affection in a way you understand it, which is by setting clear rules, boundaries, and limitations. And I guide them through whatever their past dictated. They were street dogs. They had to scavenge for food. Well, you're never going to have to scavenge for food again. I'm going to give you food. But you're going to eat the food in a calm manner. You don't have to fight for your food. You don't have to huff your food down, and you don't have to do any of that anymore, because I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to be happy to give it to you. Hello, Rich. I haven't seen you guys in a long time. Stark. Guys, I'll be back up on Long Island shortly. I think I'm going to be up there for about 3 weeks, from about April 17th through May 6th. So I definitely want to etch out some time to catch up with you guys. So hopefully we can make a plan and get together, not about training, just because I miss you guys. So when we bring these dogs into the home, Cece, my obsessive Jackson Catalina is a rescue. He is suffering from separation anxiety. I have anxiety. I too have anxiety. Can I have him trained to be a therapy dog? I work at a school 1 block from my home, and about 3 staff members bring their therapy dogs in. I want to take them with me. CC, absolutely. Again, separation anxiety in my world. Sorry, I got Zoe here between my legs, so she looks like she wants to get out of the room. Keep going. Zoe, go lay down. Go lay down. Go ahead. Sorry about that, guys. Fun's of owning a dog. And I'll bring her back on camera in a little bit so I can show you guys how my dog, I treat my dog as a dog, but she still has some luxuries. And I do let her on the furniture. She's on my bed right now. But getting back to Cece's question, absolutely, Cece, yes, you can have her trained as a therapy dog. Therapy dog training is very intense. What I suggest to anybody who wants to do therapy dog work is go to akc.org and look at the Canine Good Citizen program. Depending on the age of the dog, they have 3 or 4 different programs. STAR program is for puppies under a year old. The AKC Canine Good Citizen is for a year and older. Then they have Urban, and they have another one, which I always forget what it is. But if your dog, if Jackson's over a year old, I don't remember how old Jackson is, you can do the AKC Canine Good Citizen program. If he's under a year old, do the STAR program. And you guys can do this without the benefit of a trainer. It's following, he's 2 years old, so do the AKC Canine Good Citizen program. This is something I preach to people, and I really want people to get involved, because if we can get the dog to pass those 10 steps of the AKC Canine Good Citizen program, they are exactly that. They are canine good citizens. When they're good citizens, they can become therapy dogs very easily because the Canine Good Citizen program is based on dogs following certain rules, boundaries, and limitations. And it's based on calm. They need to be calm no matter what their issue is. As far as Jackson's separation anxiety, yes, he can be reading your anxiety levels when you leave the home, and he's feeding off of that anxiety, creating his own. And it's very hard when you're dealing with anxiety. Anxiety has a soft spot in my heart for humans and for dogs. Um, as many of you who are frequent customers of mine or followers of mine, my daughter Samantha suffers from anxiety. It's real, guys. It's not a made up disease, it is a real thing. But our dogs read our energy. So, Zoe, who is her emotional support dog, when I got him from an animal protection foundation, he was going to be going to take him from there to for training, but I will check it out. Absolutely. Please, Cece, check out the Canine Good Citizen. But I want to talk to you a little bit about his separation anxiety. Dogs read our energy. So, of course, if we're anxious people, our dogs are going to be anxious people. I worked with somebody who had one of the worst cases of, I don't know if the right terminology is OCD, but this lady's house was the cleanest house I've ever seen in my life. And the whole time I was in the house, she was doing something, cleaning, organizing, doing this, and her dog was mirroring her. And that was her complaint. Her dog was showing all these same behaviors she was. So I had to actually slow her down because her dog was becoming her. Our dogs read our energy. So what, in my experience, separation anxiety is 90% human created. And what do I mean by that? We're worried about everything. We're worried about getting to work on time, getting to the grocery store, getting to a doctor's appointment on time, getting this on time, doing this, doing that. And our dogs are reading us as we're trying to leave the house. And they're like, what the hell's going on? And then we leave and they're like, oh, what do I do with this? So my suggestion to anybody who has a dog that shows separation anxiety is, one, please check inside. Check inside yourself. Is your dog you? Most of the times you're going to find out it is. And what I suggest to people is put the dog in a place position. It could be a dog bed, it could be their crate, 15 minutes before you leave. But those last 15 minutes before you leave needs to be based on calmness. You can't do that last 15 minutes. I got to get my lunch together. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. It's got to be based on, I'm going to sit down and relax and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a glass of water or whatever it may be, to slow yourself down. Because if you slow yourself down, your dog will slow down. And then when, excuse me, when you leave, don't make a big deal out of it. Don't say anything to Jackson. Just leave. Just leave. Because your calm confidence, Jackson will read that and say, okay, she's cool with leaving. She's not rushing around anymore because that last 15 minutes has been pretty cool. I can settle down in my own skin. Cece, let me know if this makes sense, or anybody who's watching, let me know if that makes sense. Because, like I said, I'm a little under the weather tonight, so I'm not sure if what I'm saying is coming out the right way. But our energy dictates it. Separation anxiety, like I said, in my experience, 90% of it is human created because we're rushing around to get absolutely nowhere. There are 10% that I'm going to say are neurological. They may need medication. But for the most part, I don't personally see that. Yeah, you say you say bye, you give him kisses, and you tell him you'll be back. But that actually heightens his anxiety. You know, your husband works from home, so leave it. Just and I always ask these people questions when I deal with separation anxiety. Cece, when you leave, do you go to your husband and say, hi, I'll miss you. I'll be back. I love you. I love you. I love you. And make a big deal out of it? Or you say, see you, honey. I'll be back. Love you. Bye. We make more of a big deal leaving our dogs than we do our significant others. Um, So slow it down. Right. Slow it down. We put so much stress on our dogs leaving our houses that's unnecessary. I tell people all the time, wake up 15 minutes earlier. I know it's easy for me to say this because I'm not living there. But I left today. I had things to do. I left here about, I don't know, 1 o'clock. I got home right about 7:30. And Zoe, I'll tell you right now, slept all freaking day because when I left, I didn't make such a big deal out of leaving. She's fine on her own. She doesn't need me here. She's fine. So I came home. I took her out. I walked her. Now I'll put her back on camera. Let me see if I can get her back up there. Hold on one second. Let me see if I remember how to do this because I have no clue. Just give me 1 second here. We're going to switch camera views as soon as I get up here. I'm going to minimize this. And hopefully you guys can still hear me. Here's Zoe, what she looks like right now. Hopefully it's working. I don't know. It seems like there's a little bit of a delay here, or I'm frozen, which I don't understand why. Let me minimize this. Maybe this is what's confusing me here. Hopefully it gets over to her. I don't know why it's not. Oh, because I have a camera facing me. How do I reverse that? Okay, we'll try it this way. There's what Zoe looks like right now. This is a calm, relaxed dog. Not very ladylike, but a calm, relaxed dog. Smiles. Oh, you're on camera. And guys, that's what it should look like all the time, not just because she's my dog, not because, hold on, I got to end this again because I'm hearing myself, not because of anything else. That's a dog that's properly balanced. Zoe is basically a calm dog. Why? Because that's what I conditioned her to be. When we first got her, my middle daughter, Dawn, would call her a devil dog. I mean, Dawn looked like this. This is me dealing with a 15-week-old puppy. I don't know if you guys can see it, who unfortunately doesn't like its nails touched or its paws touched. So I worked on it. I have to go to sleep in the guest room because Jackson sleeps with me and it's uncomfortable for my husband. Jackson is 70 pounds, takes up the whole bed. I can't sleep without Jackson. Suggestion. Well, again, I have no problem with the dog being in the bed. The dog should not take up the whole bed. The dog should respect boundaries. When Zoe sleeps with us, and she does, most of the time, I'm not going to say all the time, she sleeps at the foot of the bed between us. Not at the head of the bed, not her head on my pillow. When she cuddles with my wife, she'll go underneath the blankets and cuddle with my wife, but that's fine because Zoe's, again, a balanced dog. But one, if she's taking up the whole bed, she's being rude and inconsiderate. So she should sleep at the foot of the bed. The other thing I will tell you, and I know you're using her to help you with your anxiety, and this is something that's serious to me because, like I said, my daughter has anxiety. Zoe is our emotional support dog. Zoe sleeps some nights in Samantha's room, most nights in my room. So Samantha doesn't need her for that. Samantha needs her to help her when her anxiety gets triggered. The other thing I would suggest is maybe instead of her Jackson sleeping in your bed, put a dog bed next to you on the floor and have her sleep there. She's still with you. She's in her own space. She's comfortable. You're comfortable. Your husband's comfortable. You know, when I hear that people are separated because of their dogs and we're changing our lifestyle, our style, where how we want to live for our dogs, it's concerning to me. The dogs have to respect our boundaries. And a dog sleeping with you, if Jackson wants to sleep with you, like if we've tried, but he climbs back up. Well, again, this is repetition. You got to say no and make him come off. If he's the one thing is Zoe is, if you guys saw in the beginning here, when I told her it was okay to go up on the bed, she won't go up there unless I tell her it's okay. She just won't make that decision. She knows she's not allowed on the furniture unless she's invited up. And how did I do that? There were times she'd jump up on the bed or the couch or the chairs without permission. I tell her, get the hell off. Not with the anger and the frustration. till she learned she's only allowed up on the furniture when she's invited. So if I put her in her dog bed that's at the foot of my bed, that's where she's going to sleep the night unless I invite her on the bed. And if she does try to sneak up there, I tell her to get the hell off. She knows her place in my pack. Now, my wife loves cuddling with Zoe. I have no problem with it. At that point, she has to lift her cover and tell Zoe it's okay to come over there and she can cuddle on her side of the bed with Zoe so I'm not being disturbed in my sleep. Because Zoe at 60 pounds takes up the whole bed, and at night when she's sleeping, she weighs about 800 pounds. It's amazing how dogs can do that. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But when she's not cuddling with Marcy, she's at the foot of the bed between our legs, and that's where she stays. She's not taking up my personal space. But this is something I've worked with very hard. And it was a lot, maybe some sleepless nights for me making it happen. And don't get me wrong, there are some nights she's right on my legs and she will not move. And those are uncomfortable nights. I do too. He lays on the outside and lays his head on my legs. Right. But if he's taking up your husband's spot of the bed, your husband is not comfortable with it, that has to stop. If he's taking up so much of the bed where he's pushing you over to your husband and you're pushing your husband out of bed, that's not good. Zoe's got when Zoe cuddles with Marcy on her side, she rolls up in a ball. She stays on Marcy's side. Marcy has her space. I have my space. If we want to cuddle, we still have room to cuddle. And when Zoe sleeps at the foot of the bed, we still have room in the bed. Zoe cannot take up the whole thing. You're making a lot of noise today, Zoe. It's how you set the rules, and the boundaries are so important for Jackson. Because again, in the natural pack of dogs, they're not sleeping with the pack leader where they're making the pack leader uncomfortable. The alpha dog will control that and claim its own space. You're allowed to claim your own space. You're also allowed to teach them they are not allowed on furniture unless you invite them. But you got to start training them by having the calm confidence to say when they jump up on bed without being invited, get off. Not out of anger, not out of frustration, that no nonsense approach. And then when they're in the calmer state of mind, you can invite them onto the bed and tell them where you want them to be on the bed and how they want to be. But it takes work. Again, if Jackson is taking up your personal space and pushing you closer to the edge of the bed or towards your husband, kicking him off the bed, that's unacceptable. At that point, Jackson hasn't earned the privilege to be in the bed with you. Zoe had to learn this. Yes, you did. She's looking at me like, you're nuts. But it takes time. And again, you have to follow. It's not too late to change? Absolutely not. Absolutely. The beauty of dogs, guys, is they live in the moment. The rules you set today, they will follow. The rules you tried to set yesterday don't matter. They live in the moment. The only difference is, no, it doesn't matter that you spoiled him since the beginning. The only difference is as they get older, it takes a little bit longer to rewire their brain to what you want. But like I said, the rules that I set for dogs, be it Zoe being trained at 8 months, or a 2-year-old dog, or a 6-year-old dog, or an 8-year-old dog, or a 10-year-old dog, is if you establish the rules today, they follow. It doesn't matter. They live in the moment. You can do everything I've asked you to do with Jackson, and the human perception is he's going to be mad at me. He's going to be upset with me. He may ignore you and act as if he was a human, and you may take his actions as he's mad at me or he's upset with me and he doesn't love me anymore. We got to stop that. They don't think that way. when you start setting clear rules and boundaries for the dogs, they'll give you your personal space, and they may go through a process of trying to figure out what's going on. They become a little bit unsure, which is okay because it's something new, like us. And then when you get them to that state of mind and you invite them up and they respect it, your energy is going to be such loving, they're just going to go for it. And it's that simple, but that hard. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. It doesn't. I mean, there's I don't know how many of my customers that I've worked with. I know Rich was on, Donna were on earlier. I don't know if they're still on, but their dog Stark, when I first met them, they were sitting on the porch crying because they thought they made the wrong decision for a dog that basically was running the roost. And within a very short period of time, they can't imagine their lives without Stark because Stark understands his role in this pack now. And it didn't matter what was created before the day I walked into the house because we established new rules. And Stark followed. And that's the beauty of dogs. If you give them my 4Cs, CC, no pun intended, calm, confidence, consistency to get the control you want. And when I say control, it's not about the human way of thinking of control. I'm going to control every aspect, every moment, everything. But they're going to be willing to follow you and do what you ask because why? You're going to be happy with them. And they follow happy energy. They follow calm, confident energy, and they just fall into line. And it's a beautiful thing when you witness it. It brings tears to your eyes. And I do this because I deal with behavioral issues. Do I do obedience training? Yeah. 90% of my jobs are dealing with both behavioral issues. And when those dogs have that aha moment and they start following that calm confidence, it literally can bring tears to your eyes. And the beauty is it's never too late. Dogs are great that way. Cece, I know because, again, anxiety has a special part in my heart. Please reach out to me. We can always do a one-on-one Zoom so I can focus more specifically on your issues. Zoom is an affordable way of training. Please go to akc.org, look up the Canine Good Citizen, and follow their 10 steps. Follow the 10 steps that this dog needs to pass the test if you choose to go for the test. And master step one, test, item 1, item 2, master them all. Don't move to item 2 until you master item 1. And if you do all that and you create those 10 steps, I think it's 10 steps that AKC asks you for your dog to do to become a good citizen. All these other issues disappear. The separation anxiety disappears. You and your husband should be able to share a bed together. These are important things to me. Or, like I said, guys, I'm going to move out of the way. Reach out to me. I'm going to put my contact information up here because it's a little bit different than what's up there if I can find it. There I am. There are 4 ways to get in touch with me, guys. You can reach me at the 631, if I can move my finger in the right direction, 514-9128, or Leon at Back to Basics Dog Training. Or you can reach me at the 803-415-6970 or info at Back to Basics Dog Training. Text me at either one of the phone numbers. Email me. Let's get in touch. We can do Zoom training because it's about understanding the psychology of the dog, getting you to understand that calm energy fixes so much in not only our dogs' lives, but in our own personal lives. My passion is to help people through dogs. And Cece, I know I can help you. I understand anxiety. It is, like I said, it has a special spot in my heart. Reach out to me. Let's set up a Zoom session. I'm located right now in South Carolina, but right near Charlotte, North Carolina. I will be up in the Long Island area from April 17th through May 6th, and then I'll be back on the 16th through the 23rd, I think. So I don't know where you're located. You did tell me in the beginning here, CC. So I apologize for not really paying attention. You are Schenectady, so you're way upstate. So that would be a little bit of a trek for me. Um, but we could do things through Zoom. Um, see, if you can understand the energy, I work with my daughter every day. Um, Guys, I'm going to get a little bit off tangent now because this, CC, it really it means something if I can help you in your life. I work on my daughter and her energy to help her with her anxiety and her depression and all that. Guys, this is a special part. I do believe I can help people. You know, my saying at the end of each live is together we can help one dog and one family at a time. My methodology of training with this calm confidence has helped not only dogs, but has helped people in their everyday lives. I don't know if Rich and Donna are still on, but them living my theology of calm confidence has helped them not only with Stark, but help them in their lives. CC, please reach out to me. I will help guide you through it because that's why I do this. It's a soft spot in my heart, guys. I'm going to be working with a gentleman shortly who, so I'm not going to mention his name here because I haven't had permission, who has suffered through anxiety and depression and self-harm and suicidal thoughts and all that stuff. Um, Him and I are going to be working together to bring mental health to the forefront of American society because it needs to be. Mental health is an important part of my life. It has guided me to where I am today. Um, I look at my daughter's anxiety as a blessing because it helps me and it helps her. Um, so, Cece, please reach out to me. Please email me your information and info at Back to Basics Dog Training. I'll throw it out there right now live so everybody can hold me accountable. I will give you your first Zoom session for free because I want to help you. I can help you with that. CC, please reach out to me. I want to help you. Going through family trauma, it's real. It I don't want to say it's bad for him, but he understands your energy and he wants to make you happy. When we're going through this, and I used the story of when I got the news that my dad was moving into hospice. It was during a major blizzard on Long Island where we had like 15 feet of snow, but we didn't. It was 3 feet of snow. I'm stuck in my house. My sister's in Florida with my dad. I get a phone call because I know he had a surgical procedure. I took the phone call in my garage. My sister tells me my dad's not doing good. He went into hospice care. And I'm trying now, my mind is going, how do I get to Florida? I got to take care of this. I got to take care of this. I had about 8 dogs in my house, 7, 8 dogs in my house at the time. I came back in from my garage, sat in my chair, and I had 8 dogs' laps on my legs, their heads on my legs, on my lap, and they all read my energy. They can help us no matter what's going on in our lives. Because I looked at those dogs at that time, guys, and I know I'm getting off on a tangent, and I don't care because this is who I am. And I'm the most transparent person you'll ever want to meet. When those 8 dogs put their heads on my lap, they put things in perspective for me because they were telling me. There are times when, and I use my no anger, no frustration, no nonsense theory, and I believe it. I believe in my no anger, no. But when I do get angry, when we were up north, my dog Zoe, who is right by my side 90% of the times, would leave my side and go into her crate. Why? Because she didn't want to be around that negative energy. And we can use the dogs to help us guide us through these hard times that we're doing. So, CC, please reach out to me. Email me at info at Back to Basics Dog Training or text me at 803-415-6970. We'll get something on my calendar. And he does help you. Makes me feel loved and calm. You are loved, and the dogs let you know it and calms you. That's what this is about, guys. I'm going to put this saying up there. I'm going to take my info. Hopefully everybody got it. I'm going to put this info up there a lot earlier than I want to. Than I normally do. But this saying, together we can have one dog and one family at a time, is my life's passion. And I said earlier, my daughter's anxiety is a blessing in disguise because, she made me realize that through the dogs, I can help people. And that's my goal in life. Now, Cece, I promised you I will give my first Zoom session for free. I have no problem with that. I need to make a living. I don't need to make a killing, but I really want to help people. And me and this gentleman who's gone through it, him and I are going to team up together because he can relate from the person who's dealt with the anxiety and dealt with the depression and all that, where I can help relate it through the dogs and how the dog's energy and how these beautiful creatures that we have in our homes has taught me so much, not only about myself, but about the human world, that they don't do things out of anger. They don't do things out of frustration. Dogs by nature, Mother Nature by nature is calm, and it's confidence. And if I can get that calm confidence to people, no matter what goes on in our lives, it makes a difference. And I apologize to everybody if I'm going off on a tangent. I know you guys tune into me for dog training, but this is about dog training because the dog training isn't about e-collars, prong collars, slip leashes, martingale collars, halties. It's not about bonkers. It's not about discipline. It's not about anything but if you understand how Mother Nature works, which is what our dogs are, it's all about calm, confident energy. And it's a journey we go on together. I watched a video and there's a whole big thing going on Facebook right now between two different trainers. I am not going to mention their names because I do not want to get into this pissing contest with them, where one trainer had a scared dog and it put a slip leash on it and the dog is struggling. I am not happy about this. I am terrified. And this idiot was correcting the dog, popping the dog while it's scared. And I don't agree with that. I will never agree with that. That is animal abuse in my world. But the other trainer was like, well, I deal with a scared dog and I'm going to throw hot dogs all day long on the floor so that dog builds its trust. And to me, there's a happy medium there. I am not going to bribe this dog to trust me, but I'm not going to punish the dog for being scared. If the dog throws a temper tantrum, I'm going to let it because I'm going to be there when it comes out of it with calm, confident energy. And that's going to help guide this dog through the fear. See, I can help guide you through some of this anxiety, and I can help Jackson help you guide Jackson through his anxiety. And guys, I'm getting misty-eyed here today. Cece, thank you, because this is what I want to bring out to the world. This is the passion I have for what I do. And the beauty of it is, guys, this is why I ask you to share Back to Basics dog trainings with your friends around the country and around the world, because I don't need to be there with you. I can do this through Zoom. It's understanding a different methodology in the way I live my life and understanding what Cece's going through, because my daughter's gone through it. Is going through it, not gone through it. She is going through it. This is something she lives with. And our dogs can help us with it, and we can help them through it. This is the journey that I talk about week in, week out. Tonight, I am so super passionate. And guys, I hope I'm getting through to somebody. Cece, if I'm getting through to you, I did my job tonight. I really want you to reach out to me. Please text me or email me. We'll get this set up sooner than later. We'll help you. We'll help Jackson. We'll help your other dog. I forgot her name. But that's why I do this, guys, because my goal truly is that together we can help one dog and one family at a time. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. I have a feeling I got a sore throat. I'm not feeling well, guys, and I apologize if I seem off tonight. I hope I got through to people. As far as the fosters that we talked about, guys, please remember, our jobs as foster parents is to guide these dogs to get them to the next phase of their lives. And how do we do that? By setting clear rules, boundaries, and limitations for these dogs when they first come into our homes as foster doggies. And I see another comment that I must have missed. Please set the rules, boundaries, and limitations. So when the dog goes from your foster home to their forever home, they succeed. That's our job. We want them to succeed. And how do we do that? Back to Basics, 4 C's of dog training: calm, confidence, consistency, gets control. With that, guys, I am losing my voice here. I apologize about my tangent tonight. No, I don't apologize about my tangent tonight. This is who I am. I have a passion for what I do. And I hope you guys get that when I do my lives. Please share this information with your friends and family around the country and around the world. because I do want to live up to my goal, and I want you guys to help me that together we can help one dog and one family at a time. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I will be live again Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. If I'm sick or not, I'll be here, guys. So with that being said, guys, thank you for inviting me into your home each and every Tuesday evening. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be here. This is my passion. I hope you guys get that when I talk. As always, stay healthy, stay safe. God bless. Over. We're getting some comments here, guys. So hold on, bear with me. Very interesting. The last few minutes I caught, I will watch Saturday. Kathleen, please, this is going to be on replay on my Facebook page. Remember Me Rescues Facebook page, my YouTube channel. Anybody who's interested in my YouTube channel, in the upper right-hand corner, I think there's a QR code. You can scan that. That will get you into my YouTube channel. Please remember to subscribe. I Remember Me Rescues Foster. I will contact you for some help. Thank you. Michelle recommends me all the time. Michelle, God bless what she does. You guys got me going again. But please reach out to me. I will put my contact information up here for the last few minutes again, guys. Please feel free to reach out to me. My goal is to help you guys, and that's what I want to do. Be it help you with your dogs, or help you in your everyday lives. It doesn't matter to me. But I do have to wrap it up. Thank you, guys. Terry, thank you for the Feel Better, guys. I think I just was so passionate today. I think I actually hurt my own throat. As always, stay healthy, stay safe. God bless. Keep up the great work. And remember, together, we can help one dog and one family at a time. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. And I will see you Saturday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.